How the heck are you, everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a banner breakdown because we have a new Ancients banner coming this weekend that is going to be a 10x on Demi, the Ancient-Exclusive Cultist Lord, and Eunomia, who is an amazing healer from the Arbiters as well as Watchers. She's got that dual faction membership. So we're going to get a deep dive onto these heroes, as well as I have the rates for the banner. So I have the specific rates for every hero available on that banner. I will share that with you. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Alrighty guys, so first up we have got Demi, the drummer of the damned. A cuss word in her name. There is Demi. She's like the little sister of Morgan, which I guess is a huge compliment. The little drummer girl, the dark music master who plays the cursed melody. Her tunes are a whirlwind of madness and destruction, bringing chaos to all who hear them. Overall, she's a very, very good hero, a very strong hero. I'd say the only thing wrong with her is there's a lot of other people that can shine in her job. So she is an excellent lord. I would argue for a lot of content, Morgan, just for being a lord, has a better lord skill. And then she's an amazing, she's a good AOE hero, but an amazing anti-heal hero. However, she's not on the level of like Boreas now. We've got a lot of other options, like you've got A1 Kriya now. Obviously, Lysair is excellent, even Zealous. And then they've also just, the defenses aren't as high as they were before that reskin nerf in Gear Raid 1, so you don't need as much anti-healing. You can kind of brute force it with damage, so she's just not a necessity. So if you compare her to some of the other Ancient Exclusive Lords, she's not bad at all, but she's just not as potentially thrilling as pulling a Soul Cadence or something like that. Let's get into the kit. Gains invisibility permanently, but reduces max HP by 35% during battle. Additionally, gains specialized attack speed. So, her kit's confusing, by the way. So let's buckle up for that. Her invisibility, it's permanent. Obviously, there's a way that we're going to be able to turn that off. You got the max speed HP reduction. There's going to be a way for her to regenerate HP. And then she's lightning quick. So specialized attack speed, if you're unfamiliar, that's something Voroth has, that's something Helga is going to have, that's something Falcia has. One interesting thing with her, basically the amount of attack speed it takes to reduce the attack interval is far less. So less attack speed leads to bigger gains in terms of speediness. If we go to hero details, she's a 2.7 base interval attack hero. The other three examples I gave, the three examples we have in the game or coming to the game with specialized attack speed, are all 2.6 intervals. So she's slightly slower than them, but it's right about there. You can see while we're in here, base attack not very high, 4308. That's like over 300 less than Virna, for example. Everything else pretty standard. The Rage Genata is 14. All this stuff's pretty normal. I will say she's got this interesting range. I believe I know for a fact, she's the only mage, only platform DPS unit in the game with this range. This is like that Dolores range. We also have a couple melee examples. Lust coming to the game, she has this range. Constance, a defender, has this range. But for the only, marksman or mage in the game with this interesting little range over here. So there's Demi. Let's get into the skills. Inflicts slow upon 6 enemies in range, and look at that. For her normal basic attack, when nothing else is going on, there's no damage. It's just a slow spamming move. What's cool is this, as you skilled up, can be 10 enemies, and it can be super fast because of her specialized attack speed. Obviously, attack speed affects the frequency of basic attacks, so you can just have constant boom, boom, boom slows. I will say, 2 second slow, fine. Movement speed, minus 50. So not as potent as some other slows we're used to, like Mari. However, Mari's not putting out a 10-hitter slow, but she is putting out a stronger one at minus 75% as opposed to minus 50. On to the more confusing parts. Elegy of Ruin removes invisibility temporarily, so similar heroes to like Vargas or Alora, where they are always invisible except during the ultimate. So she's going to remove it just like them, remove the invisibility temporarily. Now she's going to play Elegy of Ruin. Basic attacks all of a sudden are dealing damage, so this no damage thing is out the window. 170% damage to at most 10 enemies. In the range, inflicting slow and anti-heal upon them. Now the slow remains the same slow, so they could say still inflict slow. The anti-heal, however, is a very nice 100% anti-heal, lasts for 2 seconds. I will say this is an expensive move, right? It's going to cost 1,000 when skilled up, so if you max skill her, it's fine. I will say the damage is pretty good because you can have her going rapidly quick, right? So basically, for the full duration, for 15 seconds, you can have her putting out, let's do the math right now, 270% damage on a 10 hitter. And and you could have that under 1 second for sure. So that's going to be some proper consistent damage. It's not going to be world breaking, but it is good. And yeah, it kind of jazzes up her normal basic attack into something pretty darn nice. Now we got our first passive, Waltz of Doom. She truly is a dancing musician. During Elegy of Ruin, so that, is it Elegy or Elegy? I don't know. During the ultimate, every time an enemy in basic attack range dies, increases attack speed by 14. This can go up to 20, stacking up to 5 times. The effect lasts until the end of Elegy of Ruin, so it's a bit conditional on how quickly and when you're killing enemies. This stuff really reads for Gear Raid 1. That's kind of how they've designed her whole kit. But if it's that moment where everyone's doing their bursts, she can get 5 stacks of 20 additional attack speed when skilled up. I mean, that's pretty cool. And she can even increase the stack cap, so it can be 10 stacks. So she can get an additional 200 attack speed, right? It can be 200 per stack, and the cap can go up to 10 stacks. I mean, 200 attack speed is pretty good. She's going to be really quick, and that 200 attack speed on Demi goes a lot further than on other heroes because of her specialized attack speed ability. Final passive here, Twilight Covenant. When invisible, reduces damage taken by 15%. During Elegy of Ruin, each time the hero attacks, restores 3% HP. So, as we learned from the talent, her max HP is reduced by 35%, so she's becoming pretty glass cannon-y, pretty brittle. That being said, she is invisible. And she's going to get a damage reduction now, right? So there's some damage mitigation going on there. However, the invisibility is lost. She sheds that during the ultimate, but now every time she attacks, which is going to be all the time because she's going to be super fast, we're getting 3% HP, not based on the damage, right? Just when she attacks. So she's going to be hard to bring down. She's a very cool hero. The thing is she a necessary hero? Well, she could be. If you don't have Aeon and you have Morgan, she absolutely is, because she's a really strong Lord. However, if you have all the options and maybe you have some other heroes like a Lasir or a Boreas or both or a Comet or this, I don't know. People can let me know in the comments if we have got any huge Demi stands. Forbidden Knowledge 3, the Lord skill increases faction allies' basic attributes by 15%. That is the standard for all legendary lords in this game. The next thing is the same as like Morgan, and just a slightly better version of Aeon. Increases faction allies' damage dealt to enemies inflicted with stun, freeze, immobilize, any crowd control effect by 30%. Now here's her unique thing. When faction allies kill an enemy, increases their damage by 12% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. This is where I do think Morgan is better, because there's a lot of conditions going on, right? We need to kill an enemy, we need to get 3 stacks, so 3 enemies need to die consistently every 5 seconds to get the maximum here, which is a 30% increase in damage. Compare this to Morgan, it's just very straightforward. AoE damage up by 25%. So potentially 11% weaker and specific just to AoE, but it's just a statement. It just, now all the faction allies have increased AoE damage. Look at who's in the faction. You know, everybody here does AoE damage. AoE damage. Shouldn't click them. AoE damage, AoE damage, AoE damage, AoE damage, AoE damage. Like all the DPS here, AoE damage. AoE damage, like it just, I'd rather have that 100% of the time you're getting a 25% increase than potentially if you're killing people all the time really quickly, a 36% increase. So that is where I think she falls short of Morgan. That being said, you could see how if we get more like mobby AoE based content, and it's kind of not just like the resource raids that people don't care about, and then of course Gear Raid 1 that people really do care about, but that's just one stage, then maybe she could be better than Morgan when it comes to the Lord skill, and she might outclass other heroes, like a Lasir or even Boreas for specific anti-healing things or something. I mean, it's gonna be hard to outclass Boreas, but she might shine a bit more is what I'm saying. As it stands now, though, I think she's great to have, but I'm not seeing the amazing thing about her, the kind of the USP, the unique selling point, if you will. All in all, very cool hero. I guess I'll talk Awakenings, unless in case people might want to go, they just love her design or something, they want to go nuts on her banner. Keep in mind, she is a legendary lord, so that's going to be pretty hard to get Awakenings for her. But A1, when invisible, restores 5% of max HP per second. So now she's just you're going to have to instant nuke her or she's never going to die. She does not have very high base HP, as you can see. It's like 13k, 13.2. But now, basically, when she's not invisible, that's because you've done Elegy of Ruin. Every hit, she's restoring 3% of her HP. Again, I didn't even say, if you get this up, the damage reduction is now 25%, and you can get the heal up to 5%. Now, when she's not invisible, she's doing that. And when she is invisible with A1, she's just getting a 5% heal as well. A2, this is really nice, plus 15% critical damage, so more for her. And then the same as Morgan here, allies AoE damage plus 5%. and this is just added to her Lord skill. This is very, very strong. But as opposed to Morgan, it's not additive onto something already existing. This is its new thing, right? So you can separately get your 36% damage on everything if you get your stacks up and all those kills, but also just permanently AoE damage plus 5%. Now Awaken 3 during Elegy of Ruin deals 50% extra damage to targets with HP below 40%. Sure, she can help pick off some stragglers about to die, plus 8% all damage. I mean, for an A4 on a Lord, I don't care. Finally, Awaken 5, the A5, during Elegy of Ruin, if the attack speed from Waltz of Doom, that's her passive, reaches full stacks, deals 500% AoE damage to at most 10 enemies within the basic attack range for one time after Elegy of Ruin ends. So this is stacking, right? Waltz of Doom during her ultimate. Every time an enemy in basic attack range dies, if it reaches full stacks, then finally when that ultimate ends, you get a big burst of damage, big AoE. However, this is something I don't understand. If you don't have her skilled out, maybe you need to have her skilled out. But then it's like you don't even want to put skill ups into this, because if you need max stacks, you're gonna need 10 people to die in 15 seconds to get max stacks, right? For Elegy of Ruin, let me know what you guys think of this, right? So, excuse me. Here's the Waltz of Doom, right? So during Elegy of Ruin, to max out Waltz of Doom, it can be 10 stacks, but if you don't skill it up, it's only 5. So is it to your benefit to not skill this up? Like, you lose out on benefits. I'm saying benefit a lot. You lose out on some of the advantages here, but then you are guaranteeing more quickly and maybe more reliably 500% AoE damage. I don't love this. How often assuming you ever skilled out, how often are you killing 10 enemies in a 15-second span? I guess occasionally in GR1 it could happen, but I don't know. I feel like there must be new content with AoE that's coming. That would be my guess that Demi could really shine in, because I'm not loving this. You know, if you could use platformers in like Conqueror, phase 1 of the Immortal Codex, maybe that'd be something. I don't know though. I feel like she's got all this hyper AoE overtuning that we don't need in the game right now, and it's not like the damage itself is going to be that mind-blowing. That's Demi. All right. I'm not the biggest fan. There's nothing wrong with her kit. I just don't know what her kit's for exactly. So you guys can let me know. You guys can let me know in the comments. So now let's go to Eunomia. It's an easier kit to understand, so it shouldn't take me as long. Let's head to her. Supreme Arbiter as well as a Watcher. As I said, she is a healer. Eunomia integrates purifying power into her Holy Light, healing the allies and blessing them with attack speed increase. And she does give a lot of attack speed increase. She is the Divine Panacea. She looks very nice, very regal, very, very elegant, perhaps slightly boring. But let's get into the kit. Starting with the talent, each healing will bounce 2 extra times, with each bounce granting attack-based healing to an ally with a 35% healing multiplier. Heal bounce is very powerful. As you can see, this is her range. If we bring her to max promo, she's got that Nasandai Light Lock range, the rectangle, the 4x3 tile rectangle. The only other healer I believe in the entire game with a heal bounce is Nasandai, and it's really powerful because she gets really strong, like single target attack-based healing multipliers, but then with the bouncing, it has like an AoE quality, and Nasandai is really, really good in Healer Codex, right? Phase 2 of Immortal Codex. Eunomia obviously is a total goddess. She's in so many top teams. So if you get her, instantly you're getting a big bump in your Healer Codex. However, a lot of people can do really well in Healer Codex without her, so is she needed? I don't know, but all in all, an incredible healer. Let's get into the actual skills. Single target heal grants attack by healing to 1 ally in range. Simple enough. You can add 20% healing with skill ups, but then it's going to have kind of an AoE quality because each heal going to bounce around, right? So she can hit more than just the one target. It's going to be very potent, very good multipliers on that. Now the ultimate, Holy Light Euphony. God. They're making me say words today, huh? When activated, increases attack speed by 100 and grants attack speed increase to all allies in range, lasting for 20 seconds. The effect becomes permanent after the second activation. So that's really, really cool. It's not so expensive. It can go down to 700 cost. It can be a 100% increase. And originally, it's going to last 30 seconds. However, after just the second time, everyone in range is just getting a 100% attack speed increase across the board, period. She's kind of just a juiced up legendary Nasandai with that skill. Very, very strong, pretty exciting stuff. Holy Illumination dispels all debuffs from 3 allies in range every 40 seconds. So she really feels like she's just an amazing healer, but she really feels designed for Healer Codex because you need lots of cleansing there, lots of debuff dispels, and boy, is this a good one. Every 40 seconds, you can reduce this to every 30 seconds. So just like clockwork, you don't need to trigger it. Just every half a minute, 3 allies, totally cleansed. Excellent stuff. Now we've got God, I'm speaking words today. Seraphic Echo. During the effect of Holy Light Euphony, Holy Light Euphony, the ultimate, the healing multiplier of the bounced healing, plus 40%. This can go up to plus 60%. So during your ultimate, as her heals bounce around, they're just extra potent. You're getting plus 60%, adding the extra 35% from the talent. Just monster heals. She is the best healer in the game, I think, for Healer Codex when it comes to pure healing output. And I really just love how straightforward this attack speed increase is. She's just really good. If she was... I don't want to immediately get into should you summon kind of stuff. I personally have Morgan, so I'm not going for this banner, right? Like, if I pulled Demi, I'd be like, now what? I just wasted my Legendary Lord pity. I reset it I only have one Legendary Lord in the whole game, and it's a Cultist, so that's a me problem. However, I would pull for Eunomia if it was just like a Eunomia banner. I think she's just such a good healer. Just straightforward, beautiful, clean kit. She is awesome. She has that classic arena passive that all the Arbiters and Chaotic units have, reduced cost by 5%. You don't really need healing, but the attack speed boost could be really nice. I think mid-game, up through mid-game, that she could be really, really good. Maybe there's some meta I don't know about yet, or that's going to develop, where you might need some healing or some big attack speed increase. But right now, you're probably not bringing a healer. I don't really see people bringing healers very, very top. And if you're going to bring a healer, I don't know if it'd be for attack speed as much as just straight up rage regeneration from a Hollow or an Elwyn. All in all, though, that makes her pretty cheap, 13 costs in the arena. Let's go to the Awakenings. So Awaken level 1, the A1, during the effect of Holy Light Euphony, that is the ultimate, healing will bounce one more time. So from the talent, it bounces twice, now it's bouncing 3 times. 50% more bounces. We will take it. A2, heal effect plus 8. Really, really boring for an Ancient Exclusive, but I mean, A2s sometimes can be really boring. Let's go to the A3. The bounced healing has a 10% chance to dispel all debuffs from allies. 10%, very low. Just this constant chance if you get her going really, really quick. Let's actually look at her attack speed. I'm guessing it's 2.6. No, it's 2.5, so she's slightly faster than your average healer. It's pretty good. I mean, actually, a lot of healers are 3 seconds, but those are more of the ones with the big vortex hollow range, right? But 2.5 seconds is nice and quick. You kind of wish this was like 20%, then it'd be like really, really consistent, but you're going to build her super fast anyway. I mean, you're going to want to eventually you build all your healers with very high attack speed, except for like Dolores, who doesn't benefit from it, but any normal healer. This is fine. I wish it was at least 15 or something. I mean, this is an A3 on an Ancient Exclusive Legendary. Now we've got Rage Regen Auto plus 1. It might seem underwhelming, but Rage Regen Auto is just how much extra rage you get per second. So she's getting 1 extra tick of rage per second. I like it. On an A4, on an Ancient Exclusive, what I'd love to see plus 3? Plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, is that crazy? Plus 4 is maybe crazy. Plus 2 or 3, I think it'd be nice. She has 15, which is typical of a lot of healers in this game, so now it's going to be 16. But it's an A4 Ancient Exclusive. A5, this thing better be good. After casting Holy Illumination, this is the every 30 seconds thing. Right, yes, this is the Light Clockwork Dispel. Increases healing multiplier by 50% for 10 seconds. So when this is very, very, very strong. Granted, it's just healing. I would love something that adds more attack speed or some rage regen or something. But, I mean, she already has huge heals. Do we need an extra 50% healing multiplier? Why not? So now, every half a minute, every 30 seconds, for 10 of those seconds, she goes from God level healer to supernova God level healer. All in all, not much to discuss here with Eunomia. Really, really, really big heals. They can bounce around a lot. She can get some cleansing and huge boost to attack speed. Pretty straightforward. I would say, are you going to break the bank for a healer? I don't know. I probably wouldn't, but she's really, really good. No question about it. She is really, really good. There you go, guys. This thing went a little long. Of course, before I can wrap it up, I promised I would show you the rates of the banner, and they are very pretty and straightforward in terms of the numbers, because it's like 1, and then times 2, and then times 4. It's got a nice little symmetry there. It's got a nice balance. So up here, you can see this is the Demi Eunomia 10X. Up here are the non-Lord Legendaries. Down here are the Lord Legendaries. We'll just start at the top. I'll go very quickly. You guys can pause it, the video, take screenshots, whatever you want to, share it with your friends. There you go. So this is just the different buckets of rarity. This is your key. So you can see we have the normal pool legendaries. That means you can get them not just from ancients, you can also get them from normal summons, those being rare summoning crystals and legendary summoning crystals. So those are Cerberus, Constance, Valeria, and Valkyra. What's cool there is they made them extra rare, because it would be kind of annoying, you know, you can pull Cerberus or Constance, any of these guys normally, so if you just got them all the time from your Ancient Exclusive chances, it would be a little disappointing. You can still get them, but they're 1/4 as likely as the normal Ancient Exclusives. Then we've got Ardia, who, as I discussed yesterday, I'm not going to get into it, is in a rarity all of her own. She is the hot sit now of the Ancient Exclusives. She is extra, extra rare, so you're twice as likely to get any other Ancient Exclusive as you are Ardia. But that being said, you still are twice as likely to get Ardia as the normal pool legendaries. So she's at 2.22%. And then we have all the ones that are not Eunomia, not the rated up banner legendary non-lord hero. That is Cloth or Uridan. They're coming at 4.44%. And then we have Eunomia, who, there you go, 10x. So compared to the other ones, she's 10 times more likely. So you have coming up on a 50-50 chance. It's just over a 44% chance to get Eunomia. Separate rates, not like with the normal banners where actually they're all in one pool and it just the lords have a much lower rate. Here it is a separate chance. So this comes out to a 1% chance that you get a normal legendary during the ancient banners, and it's a 0.8% chance that you get a lord rate hero. So you can see we have our rare lords. So these are Ancient Exclusives plus Leia and Morgan. They come in at a flat 4%. Then 1.5 times more likely is Ajax and the 3 common lords, all of whom are very, very good, Aracha, Venoma, and Twin Fiend. And then Demi is normally a rare lord, right? So her rate up comes from this pool, so that's why she's not 10 times more likely than Twin Fiend, Ajax, Aracha, and Venoma, but she is 10 times more likely than her normal bucket, right? Her normal pool of heroes. So she's coming in at 40%. There you go, guys. So you should really want Eunomia or Demi if you're going to pull on this banner. It's as simple as that, right? You've got a 40% chance for one, and then over a 44% chance for the other. So pretty likely, especially if you're pulling multiple, that you're going to hit one of those, and certainly suppress chances on the other stuff. There you have it, guys. Let's wrap it up right there. I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, like it, subscribe, get in the comments, say whatever you got to say to me, share with your mother. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.